Hi friends, my name is Jodi Norton and I am the Assistant Library Director at the La Vista Public Library. And part of my responsibility as a librarian is to do reader's advisory or to offer suggestions to those of my friends who come in and are like, I just don't know what to read, or I'm struggling on finding things to read. Can you help me? Absolutely. If I can't help you, I know lots and lots of staff members that can. One myth about librarians is that we've read every book in the library, and that's not true. We've read a lot of them. But we all have our strengths and we all have our preferences. So somebody on staff can help you. Recently, I've had a lot of families come in and ask if I can suggest books on hardships, on friendships, on love. With the pandemic, many lives have changed, and people are going through the same situations. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. So I'm not going to read a story. I'm going to read a little bit of one of them. But I'm going to talk to you, just do really quick talk about 5 books. These books are ideal for ages 9 to 12. The children can read them by themselves, or parents can read them with their child, or teachers can read them in their classroom. These talk about different situations, coming of age, and I just want to share them with you. I will have these books along with some other family situation, love-related books on display all through November. So stop by the library, grab one of these. My email will be listed below. Contact me. I would love to suggest books. So let's get started. With the book talk, it goes quickly. I don't want to tell you everything because I want you to read it on your own. But I did make some notes, so if I'm glancing down, that's why. So the first book I read, is called You Go First by Erin Kelly. You Go First. Today social media is huge, and these 2 characters met over social media. They met playing Scrabble online. One lives in Pennsylvania and one lives in Louisiana, and they are both uber smart. Very, very neat kids, love school, they're gifted, their families are a little crazy, but they are lonely. They don't have any friends at school. They sit and they eat lunch by themselves. So Charlotte is the girl and Ben is the boy. One lives in Pennsylvania, one in Louisiana, far away from each other. They connect on social media, and they find out that they need that connection to survive. This book explores family, bullying, word games, technology, art, and friendships, not to mention struggling to be alone. So grab this book. You'll love it, I promise. Oh goodness, my next book, Rules for Stealing Stars. Now this book would be okay for an 8-year-old who is advanced reading, but this book is about Silly. Yep, that's her name, Silly. Silly is the youngest child, and she has sisters who have this great connection. They're always whispering. They're always doing crazy things. One time they went into their bedroom and they came out with like glitter all over, and Silly's jealous. She said, why can't I be part of your group? What am I doing wrong? Well, come to find out that the sisters have discovered a magical place inside their house where they go and do these wonderful adventures. And by the end of the book, Silly will be able to participate in this adventure. So this is really a sister story with a twist of magic, a swirl of darkness, and a whole lot of hope. So read Rules for Stealing Stars. You'll love it. Very, very much family related. All right. Oh goodness. My next one is actually, this one is funny and you will enjoy it. If you like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, you'll love Frazzled. And Frazzled is by Booki Vivat. And the main character in Frazzled is Abby Woo. And Abby Woo is the middle child. And Abby Woo hates everything middle. She said, think about it. When you're in the middle, it's the worst. When you're in the middle seat on an airplane, you're squished together. The Middle Ages. We all know what happened to the Middle Ages. When you're in middle school's crazy. And when you're the middle child, everyone forgets about you. The oldest child gets everything because they're the first, and then the youngest child is the last. They're the baby, so they get everything. Well, Abby is in middle school, and she is frazzled about everything. Her family doesn't get her. She doesn't know what she's gonna do. She is just going crazy. And there are, with this one, this is my only one. I'm going to show you the inside of it because there are a lot of graphics and a lot of illustrations. So this would be one, and an 8-year-old can read it, but I don't think they'll understand the humor. But there's a lot of pictures and very different looking text. So this would be great for those who maybe don't like reading or want to read little bits of phrases at a time. But the content is amazing. One person said it's honest, it's sweet, and it's laughed out loud funny. Hilarious. Basically what this is, it's not a graphic novel, but it's close to a graphic novel. But if you've ever felt frazzled, if you don't know what you're doing, if you feel like you're running in circles, check it out. Abby will help you. All right, let's see here. Okay, I lost it. Stuck with Me by Jennifer Blecher. Stuck with Me is about two girls who are thrown into a life-changing situation. Ren is one girl, Izzy is the other girl. And Izzy's family is renting out their home to Ren's family, which means Izzy and her family have to move into the apartment above the garage, and Ren's sleeping in her room, in her bed. Why is her parents doing that to her? And not to top it off, Ren's gonna be at summer camp with Izzy. This book is all about frustration, about the need for friendship, about the need to stick together. Because again, these two girls realize we need each other. We're coming from very different situations. Ren's sister is sick. She's a professional skater. She has to give up her dream because of her sister. And Izzy is just going through a lot of friendship turmoil. So reading Stuck with Me, it says you'll learn about wanting to be alone, about dreams, about stress and anxiety, I can't say that, and about health. Because this author talks about Ren's sister's health issues very open and honestly. So 9 to 12-year-olds, this would be a perfect book for. Last but not least is probably my favorite of all of them. It's Right as Rain. And I'm just going to read just a little snippet from it. Thank you, HarperCollins, for letting us read. Guthrie's store had been closed for the last 350 days, too. Or at least my mom thinks so. I snuck in there exactly 6 times since the night just to lay on his floor in my sleeping bag. When I was little, like I used to every Christmas for as long as I can remember. When I was little, we'd stay up and made plans to catch Santa, even though now, I don't know. Each of these 6 times since that night, I've woken early, rolled up my sleeping bag, scuffed up his shaggy rug to hide the memory of my body, and snuck out before my mom could find me there. Even though I hate that she shut up his bedroom, I don't want to upset her anymore by opening a door that she once closed. Now that I'm walking by his room, it feels like I should go in one last time before we leave forever. I know everything will be the same on the other side of the room, but 7 times seems lucky. So I turned his doorknob quietly and I pushed it open. So Rain's brother died. And Rain feels responsible for her brother's death. And she has pushed all these feelings and emotions down to her toes. And she's blocked it out. Now her family is moving. They're moving out of state. And mom is selling the house as is, furnished. So they're not taking a lot of stuff with them. And mom is not even opening her brother's door. So all these changes and with the move and with not taking everything has really turned Rain upset and in turmoil, and she has to live with her brother's death and what's going on. This is, you will love Rain. You will be drawn to her. And I want you to read this to find out what really happens to Rain and what happened to that whole situation, and see if you think it was her fault. This book was was one of the best books of 2019. Probably age 9 to 13, 10 to 13, it would be appropriate. It talks about grief. It talks about privilege, homelessness, letting people in, realizing that even though you push something way, way down, it's going to blossom up someday. So definitely check that book out, Right as Rain. I promise you will fall in love with her. Couple last things. If you go on HarperCollins.com, where all of these books are from, they do have educator's guides or questions that you can talk to your child or your student or a family member about. Not all of them. You Go First has one, and you can print them out. I'll have them at the library. Frazzled, good old Abby. You'll love Abby. And then Right as Rain also has some great discussion questions that you can have with your child, with your classroom, with a friend. Just easy to have them ready. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you come and check these out because they are fabulous books that deal with some tough situations that a lot of us are going through. People don't realize that they're going through the same thing that somebody else is. And some of these characters in this book might be able to help. I'd love to come into a classroom and read one of them, or we can read it all together. I can grab several copies of these or do a book club. Just go ahead and contact me. Right here will be my email address. So it might be here and here, but I'm sure it'll be here. And let me know if you want me to read one of these, if you want to check them out, if you need reader advisory for other books. These will be on display again the whole month of November. Come on in and check us out. We love you, La Vista. Thanks so much.